Hello everybody and welcome back to Neptune's Rings. We're here again in Kerbal Space Program, where we left off with kind of a sad episode, losing Val. But I have determined that in memory of Val, where is it? It's one of the moons somewhere. We're going to send an expedition to Val. Here you are. And we are going to leave a little memorial to her there. Not this episode, but that will be our goal for the series. This episode, though, we are going to go and rescue Jebediah from Minmus. At least that's the goal. I'll probably do some off-camera training flights to get a... Oh, you can rescue him from Minmus too. To get a Kerbal ready for the flight to Minmus. There, Valsy. Are about, oh wow, I didn't realize how close I was to that edge. We have landed on the moon for Valsy's training, and we're going to just do some quick science while we're here. Nothing too crazy. I think Jebediah should have a lot of this science, so we're just going to do a quick EVA and surface sample. while we're here, because I don't think Jebediah had the capabilities of doing surface samples when he went up. But as you can see, we chose a much better landing site. It's mostly flat, so that made landing a lot easier. If only we had done that originally. But, you know. We're going to plant a quick flag. Oops. See, training. In memory of Val. There. I can climb on the flag. Oh, that's fun. Okay. Let's get back up into the capsule. So now we can do that. There we go. And board. And time to go. Ooh, very wibbly. Just pay more attention to that. Oh gosh, wow. That is so wibbly. Oh, because I didn't turn on my SAS. Okay, now we should be good to go. Welcome back, guys. We've just landed and we have brought back a lot of science. Mostly from the surface sample and a little bit from bringing back a vessel from the moon. And there we go. We got Valsi, enough experience to rank up. So now we should be able to, in theory, go to Jebediah. But with a little bit of extra help, which is why I wanted the science, so I can get command modules. Yeah, this guy right here. Actually, this guy could do it too. As you see, crew capacity 2, crew capacity 3. So there'll be plenty of room to bring Jebediah back without having to take up extra hitchhiker storage compartment. So we're going to go ahead and go for that. Which is slightly unfortunate because there's other things we could have spent it on, but it's more important to bring back Jebediah. So that will be our that. Let's go back and redesign our rocket real quick. I think I've mentioned I've never made it this far in the tech tree, so I don't know. Don't usually build with these parts, so we'll see what happens. Have a bit of roll going on. Don't know what that's all about. It's quite dark. Should have waited till morning to launch. That's fine. Get rid of those. Thrust up a bit. Come on. There we go. Finally quit rolling. This is not ideal gravity turn by any means, but it could be worse. Actually, it's not terrible. You want to have your time to periapsis at about a minute, I believe. Or apoapsis, I'm sorry. We're only a little bit over that. I want that to be dropping for right now. Yeah, we're not doing half bad actually in this. We're just gonna coast up to our apoapsis a little bit so we can burn just a tad bit more efficiently. Yeah, we're out of most of the thick atmosphere, so it's not gonna hurt us too much to coast up a bit. And we don't want to really be bringing that up right now. Okay. This will be a good video. We can go over how to get to Minmus from Kerbin. I believe last time when we went, we launched from the moon. So this will be good. Let's bring up our apoapsis, or periapsis. We don't want to bring up our apoapsis. Yeah, this mission seems to be going pretty well so far. Start burning that stage. Okay, we're coming back down, but that's fine. We should be able to bring our periapsis up before we go too far down in our orbit. Yeah, we should be fine. A little worried about how fast we're burning through this fuel, but I think we'll be okay. We have a lot of delta V, so I'd imagine, unless it's the calculation's off somehow. We're actually dipping deeper into the atmosphere than I would prefer. But we're about to come up, so that's good. There we go. Okay, let's try to warp through this. It's not ideal because we're going to come through the atmosphere a little bit. Till we start going back up. There we go. Perfect. We didn't drop our apoapsis too much, so that's good. And now we'll just start planning our maneuver to that's the one. Minmus. Says target. So we're going to need to adjust our planes for one. Not that one. Let's target phase angle. Oh, I was hoping to get a difference in our. Come on. That's not what I meant to do. I wanted to click on the descending node so it stays. Get that adjusted up a bit. Which actually, no, we're going to do that later because it'll be more efficient when we're further out. Okay. I want to burn when the about there. A little bit too much. And sending notes so it wouldn't burn down. Oops. Oh, I want to. There we go. That's what I wanted to click. Come on. So let's target ascending node. Lock that on. Okay. Perfect. And there we go. Our closest approach is a little bit more adjusted properly. So we'll actually be in the correct plane to intersect with Minmus. So now that that's done, we can come back here to our original node. We can kind of adjust that a little bit so we actually have the proper encounter. There we go. A little fiddly. A little bit more. Okay, a little bit less. There we go. That's not ideal, but it should work. Let's see if we can grab our maneuver node. There we go. Let's kind of fiddle with it a little bit. Bring down our periaps. Oops. This is very, very fiddly. Come on, come on, a little bit more. A little bit more. There we go. Wish I could adjust this a little bit more finely. Okay, no, gotta go the other way. 20. That seems like a reasonable trajectory. 904 meters per second out of, okay, this should be fine, I think. So we'll go ahead and warp to our maneuver, maybe, hopefully. Just gotta make sure we warp to the right one. And the camera's a little weird. There we go. Okay, and hopefully we're gonna have enough fuel and everything to finish up with this mission. I think it's gonna be a little tight, and I'm slightly concerned about our landing legs, but I think it should be fine. I hope. It'd be really awkward if it wasn't. But we'll see when we get there. Okay, and we're gonna go ahead and stay in this view while we do our burn, just to make sure that everything goes properly. We're gonna have to burn at 29 seconds. And because we have that correction burn in here, we want to try to make this as accurate as possible, just to make sure that the nodes actually line up and go where they're supposed to go, more or less. But in the end, it doesn't matter too much. We can always do more correction burns. Oops. Yeah, that was right. It's 29 seconds I want to burn it. And like I said, eventually when our pilots get skilled enough, they'll get a maneuver marker node here that you can click, and it'll just follow the maneuver node, which is super handy to make sure you do these burns as accurate as possible. But once again, not 100% vital. It's not the end of your mission if you don't. This helps out a bit. Okay, I think our initial burn time was just slightly off, but we did pretty good at getting it almost spot on there. Oh, that scared me. Yeah, I want to not I don't know if I overshot that. It feels like I did. But it's really, really hard to tell. So, we can go ahead and go to this burn now. I'm so confused. Let's just get rid of those. That one. Oh. Interesting. We just adjust this burn just slightly to not. So glad we have this. Just slightly to not. Nope, go the other way. That should work fine. We'll go ahead and warp to that burn. Once again, it'll be a very short burn and hopefully not use up too much fuel. Shouldn't use up too much fuel. You should have plenty to get back home. Plenty. Plenty. And if not, at least we'll be off the surface, and rescue missions are, give or take, a little bit easier to do at that point. You don't have to worry about landing, so you don't gotta worry about that bit of fuel. Okay, something about this node just feels off, but we're gonna trust it. Hopefully that's not our last mistake. That's not what I wanted. That. So I wish there we go. That's all I wanted to do is just focus on here. I should really pay more attention to the node here. How are we intersecting here? Okay. Perfect. That'll do fine. And we'll just once we get to Minmus, we'll correct it. Yeah, we'll just warp over to there. And luckily we don't need air intent. Actually, forgot we're supposed to test if how's our electricity doing for one? Doing perfect. We're supposed to test if we can transmit science for full value. So let's extend with our scientists. Let's see if we can do a crew report. Nope. See if we can do an EVA. Anything that'll give us a bit of science. No. Well, let's just keep that experiment. And board. We might have to wait until Jebediah is on board with all his science to try that out, unfortunately. That's a good indicator here if we can send satellites and stuff out here. Although I think we already... No, we tested at the moon, I believe. So with this antenna we have more than enough power to get to Minmus and have a full strong connection with our probes. So that's good to know. I'm just gonna try to... I'm gonna get into... I'll have to actually focus on my ship, but whatever. I want to warp into the sphere of influence, but I don't want to pass it and accidentally overshoot the periapsis or anything. Come on. Just a little bit more. It's 8 minutes. No, it's kind of more like 7 seconds. And encounter. Perfect. Okay, so now we're just going to add our maneuvers, make sure that we capture. Yep, capture. Oh, that's using so much fuel. This is not using a lot of fuel, it's just the whole initial capture uses a lot. We'll go ahead and warp to that maneuver. And that should be purely retrograde burning, so we should be able to turn on SAS and go retrograde to align ourselves perfectly. And we're going to burn at 5 seconds, of course. Just half our burns before, half is after. We'll just fly around to here, add another maneuver to circularize in a much lower orbit. As you can see, it requires a lot less to be only like 20-30 delta V meters per second. go ahead and just leave it about there. And we'll warp to that node. Let's make sure we have. Yeah, I'm gonna say it's gonna take about 3,600 to land on Minmus, and about the rest to make sure that we get back to Kerbin properly. So I think we'll be fine. I think. Always the keywords. Alright, so this is the hard part. It's actually, oh, interesting. He's right there below us right now. It's actually landing in a spot where we'll be able to meet up with Jebediah. Add a maneuver. We're just gonna. Alright, we're gonna try to land in this flat area with Jebediah. Of course, and we're gonna. Oops, burn a little bit to make sure that we intersect properly. Okay. Oh, we're burning the opposite way as I thought. That's not gonna work. We need to burn over here then. Add a maneuver. We need to burn. That's why that went the wrong way. Well, quote unquote wrong way. Not the direction I thought it was gonna go. There we go. Let's just take up a little bit extra. Oops, as long as we're in that little flat zone, we should easily be able to meet up with Jebediah to pick him up. Now we can warp to that maneuver. About another 50 meters per second, delta V. Okay, we should be fine. Ooh. Okay, we're actually going to wait a little while to let Minmus rotate around under us in a favorable manner. Because right now it's going, Jebediah's going into the nighttime. It is not at all when we want to be doing this maneuver. It's a little bit more. That's unfortunate. I missed it just slightly. Sorry about that, guys. Had to take care of some roommate stuff. Okay. As you see, Minmus rotates fairly rapidly, so we're gonna have to. Undershot a lot. About right there should be fine. About right there. Yeah, and if it moves under us, then we can always just stop a little bit harder. Let's make sure we're in radar land mode and bring it down. That fuel makes me very uncomfortable. Okay, we're going to deploy our landing gears, and hopefully they're strong enough with how they're barely attached to us. And hopefully they don't impact our engines, or cause our engines to impact the ground. Here we come, Jebediah. Okay, this is a very stressful part. Especially we're kind of top heavy, which was Well, actually, I don't think this ship fell over. I forgot what happened to this one, actually. It was a while ago. I know on the Mun, we lost our other one because it was top heavy and it fell over. I think this one we just ran out of fuel. No, we definitely lost our engine on this one too. I don't remember how though. But I guess we'll come in and we'll ask Jebediah how he's doing and what happened, and we'll figure it all out. As long as we land properly, but as you can see, the gravity's so low that we're speeding up very, very slowly, so we should be fine. We should land with 1,000+ meters per second. I think that'll be enough to get home. You saw it only took like a couple hundred meters per second to get into orbit around Minmus, and then we'll have like 800 left, and it's about what you need to get in orbit around the Mun. But hopefully, since we're so far out, it'll be easier to get back to Kerbin. I don't really know. Like I said, I've never gotten this far before, so we're all learning together. Well, y'all actually might know a lot more than I do. So I'm learning, and y'all are probably yelling at me. I want to get a little bit closer. I'm gonna keep on saying that, and I'm gonna run out of time to get closer. Oh, we have a good distance. Once we get to 15, or yeah, 15,000 meters, 1,500 meters, 1.5 kilometers, I'll start burning hard. Yeah, there's our oh wait, that's actually I think on my monitor. Never mind. There we go. We're coming down softly. Okay, we're gonna have a little bit less fuel than I was originally anticipating. Oops. Nope, don't want that. Never want to stage and activate your parachute at the same time. Well, unless that's what you want for your mission. That was a very bad way to describe that. There's some missions where they want you to test parachutes at certain altitudes and go on certain speeds, so you want to stage them and like deploy them so that they leave your craft without them affecting your orbit. But generally, if you're trying to use a parachute, then you don't want to stage it or deploy it when you're staging. If that made any sense at all. Okay, here we go. Coming down relatively close. That was not bad, guys. Not bad at all. And we're doing good on fuel too, so we just gotta touch down very gently so that we don't land on our engines, because that would be frustrating. 20 meters. Damn. We did it, guys. Oh my god, that was so close. Minmus is very bouncy. Whew, we did it. Okay, let's go get Jebediah real quick. Yeah, I think what happened is we landed way too hard. So with Minmus being as bouncy as it is, apparently, we bounced into it and it hit our engine when it really shouldn't have, but it did. Alright, let's let go. I think I have all of our science. I don't think I have to get it from these. Do I have to? I'll have to collect the data. It's a good thing I checked. We have left a lot of a lot of science behind here on Minmus. Take data. Take data. Okay, good. Should have everything. Alright, and we're gonna grab our surface sample. And we'll go ahead and fly on over to the ship. Because I don't feel like walking in low Minmus gravity all the way over there. Kinda looks like it's tipping. It's rocking a lot. That's very unsettling. That is actually very, very unsettling. I'm just gonna land Jebediah here and switch back to it. Here. Turn on stability control, and I don't know if that helps or not. This is very, very unsettling. Okay, we're just gonna fly on over. Oh, looks like it slowed down a little bit actually. Okay, we're gonna plant a flag here, just because I like planting flags. I think that was one of our missions. No, just science. Lots and lots of science. Rescued at last. Where's Val? That made me sad. Okay, let me find out where the stairs are on this thing. Oh, they're on the other side. Of course they would be. This is a lot bigger than Jebediah's original ship. Yeah. Gotta remember the controls for EV are kind of weird. They're in the direction that your Kerbal's facing. So you have to be sure to remember that. Board. Can I? Okay, go up a little bit. Board. There we are. Okay. Now we just gotta get them home safely. Let's see if we can. Let's review store data. No, you only get 40%, even with our scientist. Vessel science return. Part science return, 100%. I wonder if maybe he has to level up before he can get the full science back. Since he's not got any stars yet, or levels yet, he's not going to give us any benefits. That's probably what it is. So we'll just click through all that, and we'll get them all home. That way he can get his levels, and hopefully in the future he can give us extra science. Because I'm a little concerned about the fuel we're going to burn when we're on this other side of Minmus, so that we can have an efficient burn. And hopefully not tip over in the process. Be right about here. We should be able to burn straight up to bring ourselves home. Should be able to, because Minmus is going that way. Should be going that way, yeah. So we should burn straight up. Of course, last time I said that, we ended up in a not very optimal situation. Let's hope this goes better. And there we go, landed. Let's bring us home. There we are. Ooh, that's a lot. Let's see. From surface sample, crew report, EVA report, temperature scan, EVA report, EVA, mystery goo, atomic, atmospheric pressure, and recovery of a vessel returned from the surface of Minmus. So you got not many parts back, but you know, enough. Our crew, everyone got level 2 from that for landing on Minmus. That's a lot of experience. Interesting, Bob got level 2. I think every 4 levels you get. Maybe. I don't know actually. I don't want to speak on that. I've always been really confused as to how much leveling you need. Let's see. Jebediah do radial, normal, prograde, retrograde. Bob can do 110% vessel science return and part science return. And Valsy can do the same thing that Jebediah could do. It's not bad. I think that'll be it for this episode though. We'll come back in the next episode and we'll figure out how we want to spend all this science and what our next objective is. But for now, this has been Neptune's Rings. I hope y'all enjoyed. Bye.